welcome back to my kitchen. I am so excited today because we're going to make Cuban black beans. Now this is not your regular black beans. These are Cuban black beans. They are packed with flavor. This is going to be a shortcut made with canned black beans, so you don't have to do the whole pressure cooker or Instapot thing. Maybe I'll make those later for you, but right now we're just gonna do it quick and easy. So for ingredients, we'll need 1 can of black beans. I've got a 1/4 cup of green pepper, a 1/4 cup of onions, and 1 chopped garlic. I've got 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of sugar, bay leaf, about a 1/4 teaspoon of oregano, an 1/8 teaspoon of cumin, and about an 1/8 teaspoon of pepper, and a 1/2 teaspoon of vinegar. White vinegar, apple cider vinegar, whatever you have is fine. And that's it for ingredients, guys. One note too, if you don't have cumin, it's okay to omit that. But you really want that oregano in there. It's really important, as is the vinegar. All right, let's get started. So the first thing that we want to do is get our black beans in our pot, just to get them warmed up. Medium heat's fine here. Now I'm using the water from the can. You don't have to if you're leery on that. You can strain it, but just make sure you do put some extra water in there. But by doing that, you're taking out a lot of the flavor. So I've taste tested both. This is the better tasting way. So while that's going, then we're going to turn on our heat for our sofrito, if you will. This is what the Cubans call their little green peppers, onions, and garlic is their sofrito. And we are going to fry this up. Our beans have heated through and our sofrito is softened. So now what I do, they just kind of clear a little place in the middle. And I just put a little scoop in there. And I'm going to mash these beans, but here's a mom tip. I'm going to use a plastic spoon so I don't scratch my non-stick pan. If you're not using a non-stick pan, then you're okay. But they don't seem to stay non-stick for very long, so I like to keep them around as long as I can. All right. And now we're going to mix this up together. I'm going to put all this right in the black beans. I'm going to stir that up. And then all those spices, and just dump them all right in. And our vinegar, last but not least. And then once you get that vinegar in there, oh, I wish you guys could smell this. It's just amazing. So what I normally do now is I just turn this right down to minimum and I just let that simmer. If I'm making a great big pot of black beans, I'll let that simmer all afternoon. But these ones, they don't need to be simmered all afternoon. You know, even just a half an hour is good. Just enough time for you to make your rice. Here's our finished black beans. This is the texture, the thickness that you want. So our beans are all finished. One thing you don't want to forget to do is to take out your bay leaf. You don't want anybody eating that. And one thing I did forget to mention is if you don't have green peppers, you can use red peppers. I've made them with red peppers before. Traditionally, it's green, but you can use either. So it's traditionally served with rice and usually a side of roasted pork as well. And you've got that nice thick texture. And these beans are better the next day as leftovers. I always make a ginormous pot of black beans and have them for leftovers. They freeze really well. I make them and I send them to my, when my daughter's home from college, I'll send them off with her so she can freeze them and have some all the time. But now maybe with this quick and easy canned recipe, she can make her own. Wink, wink. But let's try these. Let's get lots of beans in there. They're so good. And the longer they simmer on the stove, the better they're gonna be. And all it is just a few simple ingredients. So I hope you guys take the time to make this. You will not regret it. And we'll see you guys next time.